Let's see if any of them want this. Come here, you big boy. Look at the little detail on this guy. This was the Bass Pro. It was less than $5. Testing out Bass Pro Shop lures today. I got something. Ooh, there's only a small trail right here that separates this swamp from where we're fishing right here. What's up, A1A fam? We are out here today, close to the Florida Everglades, and we are fishing with some lures that we got at Bass Pro. We're just gonna, no live bait today, only lure fishing, and we're gonna test out to see, because we caught some gar here before. We caught a humongous bass here, a huge hog. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can catch today. Stay tuned, this is gonna be fun. All right, so right now I'm using the lure that I had before. I'm just gonna stir up the water a little bit. This one swims awesome. This is actually, I think this is what caught the gar last time, if I'm not mistaken, or it was the baby bass lure, possibly. That could be so. Look at these spider webs stuck all in here. Goodness. We are out here in the middle of the swamps testing out Bass Pro Shop lures today. And, you know, it's definitely a different time of season. When it's a little cooler out, they bite a little bit more, which is always the goal. Anyone can fish, right? But who can catch? Let's take this little guy off. Let's start out with the big red one, and then we'll move over to the little crawfish, as well as the one that just resembled the one we just took off. Come here, you big boy. What'd you say?
3 peacock bass follow the worm.
Ooh, 3 peacock bass. All right, let's see if any of them want this. All right, let's go. I wonder how this thing swims too. I feel like it swims like that other one I have. I don't know if this was sinking or floating. It's probably, no, this was the Bass Pro. Definitely sinks lower. Definitely has some weight to it. Doesn't seem to be suspending either. It's just kind of sinking. No, it does float. It's definitely nice and bright. This was less than $5. This was out of the discount Bass Pro line bin. So we're gonna try different styles of lures, different price points. I mean, this is probably the least expensive lure on the little ensemble, the lure haul that we did at last time at Bass Pro. When we bought these, we brought our derpy dog and we snuck him into Bass Pro Shop. That was the video. It was cool. Picked up a few things, had a couple dollars, more like 100, on 2 gift cards, I think from last Christmas. So tried to burn those suckers up, get a few supplies. We got some cool crab traps. That was an awesome video. Caught a ton of aquarium fish out by the dock, fishing with crab traps and a mini rod. That was an awesome video. But these guys, this is a whole different area. That was saltwater. Now we're fishing freshwater today. Well, either I snagged something or... Oh, that's nice. Let's try to get that out of that branch that I just hit over there. Got it. That was good. Excellent. Just wanted to get out here tonight so we can do this. And those lures were definitely like buying new toys. You know what I mean? It's like you definitely want to... That wasn't my cast, but you definitely want to play with the toys, right? You can't leave them in the box. Something just dropped it. Something just took it. You guys, something just freaking took my whole lure. Dang it! There goes that lure, entirely gone in between shots. So, okay, that lure is definitely a good one, and I didn't even have it. Bummer, 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 bummer. Well, that answers that. I'll definitely be rebuying that lure again. So now we're gonna try the Big Crawfish by Rebel. Takes 2 of them. We're gonna try this one first. Let's get it. All right. That definitely must have been a freaking snakehead. Not to mention, we're using a very light pound test. I think it's only like a 9-pound test right now. So yeah, with this, good luck holding on to something big. Either way, we're out here having fun, right? Oh goodness. So hopefully this time it won't end up like that. But once again, you never know. That was a huge fish though. So I'm not gonna put the camera down this time. So let's get it. Let's see what's after this. I wonder how this one moves too. Because the other one I had kind of high doubts about its movement, but once again, it's not up to me. It's not up to me. I'm not the one eating here. Right as I snagged that last fish, all I tried to do was turn on the camera really quick, and then that's it. It was gone. I gave it too much time. So this one does float a little bit too, which is cool. Comes up to the top, which is nice. It is a backwards swimming designed looking crawfish. So it does have a little fluorescent coloring on it, which honestly, personally, I'm not a huge fan of. I like a little bit more realistic detail, but you know, once again, it's not me. I mean, a lot of people catch fish on fluorescent colored, like baby peacock bass styled lures, and you know, very fluorescent colored lures, which, you know, work for some people. For myself, I just don't usually have the luck on them. I don't know. Not to say one looked better than the other, but I definitely think the other crawfish, just the design and the detail on that one looks a little more convincing to me. And it is a little more of a red hue and a red coloring to it. I really hope that that fish didn't get a good grip on that lure, didn't bite the whole entire thing in its mouth, because that was a big lure. You guys saw how big that was. Just really disappointed that I didn't. Oh, there's something that jumped out there. Something jumped out there. I'm just definitely disappointed I didn't get that snag on camera, but sometimes it happens. Don't you got biting fish, you got biting fish. They'll eat anything. Hopefully that same fish got it out of its mouth, and it's hungry still, hopefully. It wants this. So that was a problem, just that stall, allowing it to, me trying to turn on the camera, literally allowed it to swallow it up to probably the point of the line, and it just snapped it. Just chewed the friggin' line. Something big jumped over there just now. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this bad boy over there. See, you never know. There are things jumping. Starting to drizzle a little bit. Hopefully we don't get rained on too bad. I may switch this lure out in just a second, so at least I can get a taste of that red craw in this same video while we're still here, while the weather's still permitting. That'll be nice. Jumping over there. Hmm? Something just moved the bottle? It's a bottle floating across the canal over there, and something apparently just moved it. Try to hit it right over there as best we can. Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes you can't go wrong with the discount bin at Bass Pro. Last time I bought, I'll show you guys in a second. Last time I bought this, it's a plopper lure, but I don't know. It's a peacock bass style looking, and I don't know. Once again, there's like literally hundreds of different designs. They're so tempting. You want to buy the whole entire bin because they're definitely affordable and they are super detailed. I think they're such a awesome grab, an awesome buy. Every bang for your buck. And the fact that one just snagged it, grabbed it off, and I'm still dwelling on that moment, as you could tell, because this one is disappointing me. And when the camera's off, no bueno. So let's try to prove this craw. Come on, craw. Because I'm only going to give you one more cast after this. Then we're switching it up. We have 2 more lures out of the 4 that we picked up. We're going to test them out one by one. We've already gotten one under our belt, and this is the second one out right now, which is the crawfish with the Rebel brand. First brand, the one that we just lost, was Bass Pro. It's not going to be the last cast. One more cast, because it did get tangled up. We're not going to have, unless something bites now, of course. But it's doing its little tangled torpedo swim. Unhook it before all this rain starts dumping down on us. We'll get one more good cast out on this crawfish lure, and then we'll take it from there and move on to the next lure from the Bass Pro Haul. This is the last cast. So hope if something's hungry, it's swimming by right now as we speak. It's gonna have a nice fake little craw meal, a torpedo swim. What a bummer. Well, that's your loss, Mr. Craw. Okie doke, moving on. All right, put you back. This is the box from the first crankbait. This is the Deep Wee Crawfish by Rebel. Now, for my personal fave out of all these, just per detail, is this guy. Insanely about a third of the size of the other crawfish that we were using. Look at the little detail on this guy. I love it. I think that's awesome. Back to it. Because of the size difference now, too, this is going to open up a whole different door of the size of fish that are able to swallow this, or that's going to go after it, because this one's definitely smaller. Won't cast as far either, but we'll make it work. I'm excited. I feel good about it. I honestly thought it was just a little bit bigger, though. It's okay. I still feel like we are going to catch something on it, even if it's going to be something not as desirable, but I always keep my hopes up. I like that red. Something about the red, I don't know, just caught my eye. Typically, a lot of crawbait, it's better if you rig it so it sinks to the bottom. You can kind of work it if you hide the hook on the bottom. So that's where typically crawfish swim. So if you have a soft plastic of a crawfish, you can kind of rig it so it swims backwards too, which looks great. Which is how these crawfish lures are designed as well. But these act as a, Oh, I just swallowed a bug. Oh. I just swallowed a bug. Excuse me. Whew, now we're back. So as I was saying, these style crawfish are, when they swim backwards, so, but they are floaters, so it's cool. I guess you have the style and the look of a crawfish. It does sink as you do reel it in, so you do get the depth. However, I guess you kind of get the best of both worlds. Only if something's going to snag it, though. I can't believe, thought it was a snag. It must have been, I don't know. When that final pull came, goodness. Every time I fish, and in between, if anything happens when the camera's not rolling, I always feel for those Nat Geo people. I always think to myself, what happens, if these guys are on a bathroom break, or if these guys quickly put, the camera down for 2 seconds, if they're switching out batteries, whatever the case may be, what happens when they miss that shot? The shot that could have taken years to get. Years. This was only one fish biting off my lure. So in perspective, it doesn't hurt me that bad. I mean, I'm not sitting here for years to try this lure. It's not the biggest deal, but it's crazy. Things could always be way worse. Way worse. I watch a lot of Nat Geo too. Nat Geo's awesome. Planet Earth is my fave. Planet Earth. We need some bites, Planet Earth. Come on. Something. Swims beautifully. Just a bite would be nice. And always, it's starting to drizzle a little bit more and more. Not that anybody here is scared of the water or the rain. The last couple of fishing videos we did, it was raining. Actually, I think the last 4 fishing videos we did, if it wasn't titled Fishing During Storm, yeah, it was looking just like this off the reflection of the water in our last fishing videos. Even by the beach, pouring rain. So I can't wait for all of this rainy season to be over soon here in South Florida, because it definitely gets old rather quick. But it's about a majority of our year. It's over half of our year is sitting in a rainy season, not to mention heat. So this is a beautiful time of year to start fishing. It's always October pretty much starts our fall. There is no leaves that fall to the ground, so there's no foliage. We just deal with better fishing weather and better biting fish. Ones that will steal your lure and ones that won't. So what's going on? Because I'm still going to go through another lure that I recently bought. The same one I'm going to end this video with. The one that I caught that gar on here one time. It was awesome. Not to mention, Bass Pro is sold out. I mean, I lost that lure. I mean, any lure I like, I just always rebuy the same lure if I lose it, you know? So the last video we did, okay, I think we're going to do one more cast on this. If I get it unstuck from my shoe, and then that's it. But in the Everglades, I lost that good lure that I'm talking about. And that lure I repurchased. It's really raining now. Hey, I've had better luck sometimes in the rain. Sometimes the fish bite and they notice they're out in the rain, but you're not convincing enough. Not even for a Mayan cichlid out here. Well, that's that. So we're gonna wrap this little guy up and back you go. For the last one that was purchased at Bass Pro, it's gonna be this guy, the jointed shad wrap. Woo! Red definitely seemed to be on the menu that day as far as color schemes go. Let's get this guy on. All right, it's raining, which is a good thing. And let's test him out. Same as before. This one swims. Oh, this one swims convincing. Something. I've given every single lure about 10 minutes. This swims like the other Rapala lure that I kind of started out with. Ooh, this swims really, really good. Really good. I love it. Very lifelike. Oh, something just stirred up right there. Ooh, something definitely likes the way this swims. So let's go ahead and bring it back home right over here. When I believe in a lure and I know it, I know it. I usually always have good luck. My eyeball lures. Except keeping them. Keeping them is the key. Whether you get them stuck, whether something bites them off. It's a part of the game. It's definitely a part of the fishing game. That's why I do not mind vlogging it for you people, so you guys can see what lures, if I'm gonna go through them and lose them, at least document it. At least, because that's a good lure. I want to remember, even just for my own personal reference, of which lures got bit, which ones didn't. One more cast after this one. That's all we got. That's all we got for this lure. 10-minute challenge. Every single lure we had. Last cast on the Rapala. The rain's lightening up just a little bit, which is good. All right, that's it. Sad story for that one. I'm gonna put you back. Now we're gonna use, this was the one that I was talking about before that I also got out of the Bass Pro discount. Let's see. I could try this one after. This was the neon one that I was talking about. That's, you know, obviously another crankbait, but this one's neon. The only thing that goes bad, I think, are just the metal pieces. You know, they're not, I guess, as anti-corrosive as you wish they would be. But let's see. Do I have the other bass? Do I have the other bass? Let me see. It was an XP. Yes, I do. I do. It's the floating minnow. It's called the minnow. This thing has 3 treble hooks on it like a beast. If I catch something on this, this is what I probably should have casted out. What's up? This is probably what I should have casted out, because this thing is hard for really anything to swallow. It's huge, man. So we'll use this. Stay tuned, because then we'll use this. Back to where we were, except with a beast of a lure that will definitely not fail to tangle up on you, because this thing has, look at this, it has more hooks tangling all up everywhere. Goodness, come on, work with me. Let me cast you, please. This one definitely is a tangler with 3 treble hooks everywhere. Just get this back in the water now, and let's hopefully catch a fish with it. This is the one that swims outstanding. Those 3 treble hooks will grab onto anything. Watch for trees, watch for any weeds. It doesn't sink too much, which is good. If there's any gar over here, I know they're gonna wanna go for this. I know it. Peacock bass right there, right by it, right by it. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that big peacock bass?
Peacock bass right there, right by it. Peacock bass right there, right by it, right by it.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's go! Right by it, baby. Followed it all the way up from over there. Like I said, even if peacock bass gets this, that one looked like it was probably 5-6 pounds. But even before, what, 5 peacock bass stalked Margot's worm that she was using. It's one of my favorite lures. They make this in like 3 different sizes. Wish that big old peacock bass that was there just a minute ago will come back. I know they're out there. I know you guys are out there. I get something? I got something. I got something. Got something. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What do we got? Nice large mouth, baby. Nice. All right, calm down, sir. Calm down. This hook can jack you up, sir. All right, so we got a nice little largemouth right here. Let's try to get, if we can. Came out, perfect. Sweet. That's a nice little largemouth. Yeah. So once again, now out of all the lures we had today, that one that I showed you, which looks just like a baby largemouth, this is my favorite, you guys. Now I'm gonna cast this one out a few more times as well, and as promised, I'm gonna use the other Bass Pro lure, the one that I like the least. Oh, I just saw that. Back to where we casted before, and we probably will catch another one. I just have good feelings about it. Like I said, this is an A+ lure, not sponsored at all. It's just a good one. And it does have a rattle to it too, I forgot to add. Not only does it have 3 treble hooks, so you're probably guaranteed to snag whatever the heck bites this thing, but it does rattle and it does have a good swim action, so what more can you ask for, right? That was a pretty big bite though. And the way it swam in was just like chilling. It was just like, all right, cool. Let me ride this in. I'm not gonna fight. It literally didn't fight until we brought it up onto land. Yeah, that one got tangled really nice. So now we're gonna have to untangle this and recast it out. Where are you, Mr. Peacock? Where are you? So before we run out of battery, I do want to give that last one that I promised you a shot. Since we already caught one on this one, I'm going to do one more cast after this. That's it. So this isn't the last cast. We're doing one more. But I do want to test that one out, because believe it or not, as much as I don't like a lure, we'll go over that again, that it's not up to me, it's up to the fish. So I'm going to go ahead and try that budget lure. I love the budget lures, I'm telling you. And not to mention these lures here by XPS, which is Bass Pro's house brand for lures, as well as their tournament series, they're not expensive. These here are still high detail lures, low budget price, excellent effective quality, and they do catch fish. That's the point. So this one here, last cast reminder, last cast alert, that this one, I believe even the largest one is still only $6.99. It's definitely not more expensive than $7. The other one is, I think, $4 and then even $3 and change. So the smaller you go, the cheaper it is. And I think even the smaller you go, I'm not joking, the better it swims. It has a better back and forth motion. So, I mean, the big ones though will catch bigger fish. So it all depends what you want. So we didn't have a scale. I didn't weigh that bass, but I would definitely say that was at least a 4 or 5 pounder. So let's try to see if anything is gonna get it on this last little second we have with this giant bass minnow of a lure. Anything not even coming close to it. So at least this did prove out to be effective. I do want to share, once again, the goods and the bads of these lures. So let's go ahead and put that last one on and cast it out. All right, so we're rigged up. Hopefully this thing proves me wrong. That would be the best. I like to get proved wrong in a good way. So in a positive way, it'd be really nice to catch something on this. Off you go. Let's see. Plopping away. This one definitely stays on the top, which is cool and all, but not a huge fan unless it's a plopper frog or anything like that that's going to stay on top. Anything frog or topwater bait, it definitely, to me, I always have better luck with frog looking things, which I don't have the best luck with, just better luck than anything that's going to be topwater fishy like. Got something. I got something, you guys. You guys, I actually got something. Oh, she got something too. We both hooked up. We both hooked up. We both hooked up. I got something. Oh my God, she got something. She lost it. I'm not losing mine. I am not losing mine. It's a snakehead, I think. It's a snakehead. I lost it. I lost it. I just lost it.
Oh my God, she got something. She lost it. I'm not losing mine. I am not losing mine. It's a snakehead, I think. It's a snakehead. I lost it. I lost it. I just lost it. Just lost it.
I just lost it.
I just lost it. Oh my goodness. I just lost that snakehead. I know, right here. What? We both hooked up. We both hooked up at the same time, and I just lost that snakehead. I did not stop reeling. I did not stop. I was not letting that thing go. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's say that lure just proved me wrong. That lure just proved me wrong. Bass Pro discount bin, hit that sucker up. Whoo, look at the redness by my pinky too, man. Oh, dude, I was not letting that thing go. I don't care. And it let go. I lost 2 lures today. All right, and the last one for today is gonna be this fluorescent chunky Sally. Just like the red one that we lost in the beginning. Just hopefully we don't lose this one. Whew, and back at it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong again. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's untangle first though. Okay, let's go. The sucker will cast forever far, just like the last one. This one will not be top water. This one does sink a little bit more. It does have a very good swim on it. Oh man. That does bum me out. That's not cool at all. Now there's 2 fish swimming around with, I hope they got the lure out, of course. This thing swims like a little chunka. I love it. But once again, bright colors proved me wrong today. So, couldn't believe that. Something just bloop, took it like nothing. Big old snakehead. And it wasn't a huge snakehead either. It wasn't huge. It's like just right. But this, I mean, just like the others, I've never had anything bite them. So I can't say anything. Can't say anything. Gotta shut my mouth, just catch some fish. So when they bite, they bite. I know that. I'm used to our spots that we go to that are more overfished a little bit, and yeah, the fish are a little bit pickier. And I don't blame them. I'm always kind of keeping an eye out for high detailed lures, more realistic colors, not so much, fluorescent based colors and stuff, but once again, it's up to the fish. If the fish see a bright colored lure or prey and what they think it is that stands out, and they're a predator fish, they think that animal is vulnerable and obviously has a very subpar way of camouflaging in the wild, and they'll probably bite it. So that's it. Hence why you don't see many albino animals survive in the wild, because at night, anything albino is going to be light colored. It's going to stand out. Good luck. Whether it's a fish, a frog, anything. Maybe that is bringing energy to this lure right now as we try to figure out if anything is going to want to bite it. Anything out here. Only thing is, as you reel this in, the faster you reel it in, it's going to swim low. So it does do a little bit of a dive as you're reeling it in, but that's okay, because you can control it. As you let go, and as you are not reeling it in, it does float back to the top. So you can manipulate where this lure stands in the water, as far as the depth goes, of course. We'll do a couple more casts on this, and this is going to be the last cast on this little fluorescent yellow lure. I'm trying to do a lure tour here and be fair for all the lures and give them about the same amount of time, which is pretty much only the amount of patience I have. So it's about the same consistent time frame for each lure, which is about 10 minutes. And then, there's a peacock bass right next to it, right under it. You see it? Right under it. Will it get it? Will it get it? No. It might go for Margot's lure if she brings it in. It might. It's right there. In the meantime, I'm going to cast it out again. Oh, what happened? Almost? Oh. It was a different one? All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and reel this sucker in over here. We'll see if we can go ahead and maybe if we're lucky, maybe catch what was lurking over here. These peacocks. I'm telling you, even if my bait doesn't catch one, at least if it can entice them to want the worm on Margot's hook, that'll be good. That'll be legit. Anything, let's catch something. This is now going to be, I promise, the last cast on this fluorescent lure, as we never know if anything is going to want it or the worms that we have over here. So I'm not going to shout as much. I don't want to scream. I'm a firm believer that these fish can hear or feel the vibration. Only when I get excited, only when we have something. No. Okay. So the battery failed. It died. What the heck is going on? There's like some weird... What in the heck is that? If you're looking for good, effective lures, never pass by that Bass Pro Shop discount bin, that lure bin, without giving it a shot. Thank you so much for watching this fishing adventure. Also, comment down below if you guys want to see us do other challenges like this. If you guys want to see us, whenever we do go fishing, we do it hard. So if you guys want, please comment down below and give us any suggestions if you want to see us do more of these with soft plastics, with other random lure buys or anything like that. Suggest it down below. And as always, stay adventurous. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. Another adventure. Stay adventurous. A1A Adventures.